God says, I never took it to hurt you. I paused it to perfect it. Now, it's returning better than before. You have walked through seasons that felt like endless waiting, through doors that slammed shut when your heart was finally open, through prayers that echoed back with silence instead of answers. But heaven whispers today this was never the end. It was the rebuilding. God says, I'm not just giving you back what you lost. I'm giving it back renewed, refined, restored. What looked like loss was only transformation. What looked delayed was being prepared for your hands. Sometimes God will let something pause so He can work behind the curtain. He will let you think it's gone so you can release your grip and learn that you were never sustained by what you had. You were sustained by His grace. The relationship that ended, the dream that fell apart, the door that shut tight. None of them were closed to punish you. They were repositioned to protect your purpose. Because before God gives something back, He makes sure you are strong enough to carry it with wisdom and gratitude this time. You see, restoration in God's language doesn't mean returning to the old form. It means returning better, higher, and more divine. When He restores, He multiplies. When He rebuilds, He beautifies. When He brings it back, it comes dressed in glory. The same Joseph who was thrown in a pit didn't just return to his family as a son, he came back as a ruler. Job didn't just recover what was stolen, he received double. And you too are standing in that season of divine recompense. Heaven is rewriting your story, and everything that once broke your heart is about to bow to the new you that rose from it. God says, I'm restoring the years that felt wasted, the laughter that faded, the love that slipped away. You thought it was over, but I was orchestrating a comeback. I was pruning so new fruit could grow. You were not being punished. You were being prepared. And now I am bringing beauty from the ashes, clarity from the confusion, and strength from the storms. The pain was the price for the promise. The wilderness was the path to wisdom. Think back to the moments when you cried out, God, why me? Heaven was silent, but it wasn't absent. God was molding the miracle silently, testing your endurance, refining your character, and building a foundation that no storm could shake. Because what's coming now isn't fragile, it's fortified. What's coming next isn't temporary, it's timeless. The job you lost wasn't the end of your provision. It was an opening for your calling. The relationship that left wasn't your loss, it was heaven clearing space for divine alignment. When God restores, He does not rush. He redefines. He rebuilds slowly, piece by piece, ensuring that every corner of your heart is healed before the blessing returns. That's why it took longer than you expected. Because this time, you will not break under what's coming. You will steward it with peace, not panic. You will hold it with faith, not fear. There is a divine rhythm in restoration. It begins with surrender, continues with silence, and culminates in surprise. You surrendered when you finally said, God, I trust you, even when I don't understand. You waited in the silence, unsure if He heard. And now comes the surprise, the sudden reappearance of what you thought was gone forever. The person who left thinking they broke you will watch you bloom without bitterness. The dream that failed will return as a new assignment, carrying grace and impact beyond your imagination. God says, don't mourn what I'm about to multiply. Don't cry over what I'm about to crown. You have carried the cross of loss, and now comes the crown of completion. Every tear you shed was counted. Every moment you endured was recorded. Nothing was wasted. The same way gold is refined by fire, your faith has been refined by time. You didn't lose, you were being led. You didn't fall behind, you were being positioned. Heaven's restoration is not random. It's calculated with love. You will soon realize why certain people had to leave, why certain prayers weren't answered then, why the delay was divine. Because now, when the door reopens, you'll walk through with maturity, gratitude, and discernment. God is saying, I paused it until you were ready. I withheld it until your heart could handle it. But now, my child, you are ready. You've been faithful in the famine. Now comes the harvest. The seeds you planted in tears are blooming in joy. You endured seasons of isolation, but heaven was incubating your destiny. Restoration doesn't come to those who chase it. It comes to those who trust. You trusted through sleepless nights. You prayed even when it felt pointless. You forgave when you had the right to resent. That's why you're about to see restoration in every area: health, Peace, love, finances, and purpose. God says, I'm not restoring you to where you were. I'm restoring you to who you were meant to be. The version of you that is arising now is wiser, softer, more powerful, and aligned with heaven. You no longer crave what broke you. You crave what builds you. You no longer seek validation. You seek divine connection. And because of that, what returns will reflect your growth. There will be divine reversals, debts canceled, relationships mended, opportunities reopened, hearts healed. Places that once rejected you will now request you. People who underestimated you will now honor you. Because when God restores, He makes even your enemies witnesses of His favor. You won't need revenge. Your peace will speak louder. You won't need to explain. Your elevation will announce it. Remember the story of the prodigal son. Restoration wasn't just about returning home. It was about realizing that love never left. His father didn't question his mistakes. He clothed him in celebration. That's how heaven sees you, not by your detours, but by your destiny. God's grace is wrapping around you again, whispering, you are still chosen. You are still loved. You are still destined. And to those who feel like too much time has passed, God says, time is my servant, not your enemy. I can redeem years in moments. I can turn a decade of waiting into a day of wonders. I can restore joy that you thought died long ago. So don't measure my timing with your clock. My pace is perfect. My promises are precise. The heartbreaks that once left you empty will now make you empathetic. The pain that felt unbearable will now become the platform for your purpose. You will look back and say, if I hadn't lost that, I wouldn't have found myself. Because heaven's restoration always gives you something greater than what you lost. It gives you you, the healed you, the peaceful you, the aligned you. There's a fragrance after the fire, the scent of divine restoration. When Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego walked out of the furnace, they didn't even smell like smoke. That's what God is doing for you. You will emerge untouched by what tried to consume you. The same people who watched you walk through flames will marvel that you're standing without scars, because grace doesn't just rescue, it renews. So lift your head. The story isn't over. Heaven is writing the restoration chapter, and this time it's filled with laughter, love, and light. You will wake up one morning and realize the weight has lifted, the doors have opened, and peace has returned. You'll look around and realize nothing was truly lost. It was all being prepared for return. God says, I'm restoring your confidence. I'm restoring your creativity. I'm restoring your connections. I'm restoring your courage. You thought the storm took too much, but it only revealed how much you could survive. You were never forsaken. You were fortified. And now the blessings that belong to you are magnetized by your faith. Don't underestimate what's happening in the unseen. Heaven is aligning hearts, shifting paths, and weaving miracles behind your back. The same God who parted seas is parting delays. The same God who raised Lazarus is reviving what you thought was dead. There is resurrection power in the very areas you wrote off as over. Prepare your heart for surprises. The call you weren't expecting, the opportunity that feels too good to be true, the reconciliation that brings peace instead of pain. That's restoration. It's not coincidence. It's confirmation. God is showing you that His timing redeems everything. Even now, while you listen, heaven is whispering, the wait was worth it. The pain had purpose. I am restoring, rebuilding, and renewing you. The story of your life is not a tragedy. It's a testimony in progress. What you lost was never lost in heaven's records. It was preserved until the appointed time. Every delay was divine. Every detour was direction. Every disappointment was redirection. The things that slipped through your fingers were never meant to stay. What's meant for you is anchored in grace, and grace doesn't fail. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are right on schedule for a miracle that's been maturing quietly. Heaven was never ignoring you. It was organizing blessings you couldn't have handled back then. But now you are ready. The wilderness made you wise. The tears made you tender. The losses made you loving. Soon you'll see why it had to happen this way. You'll understand why God shut doors you begged Him to open. Because what's returning now is pure, peaceful, and permanent. You won't have to chase it. It will flow naturally because it's heaven sent. And when it comes, remember, give God the glory. Because restoration is not the end of the story. It's the rebirth of your purpose. You will inspire others through what you survived. You will carry light into dark places and tell the world, I lost nothing. God restored everything. So breathe deeply. Let peace settle in your spirit. You are standing at the threshold of divine return. The chapter ahead is one you'll thank God for. He's not just restoring what was lost. He's revealing what was always yours. If these words speak to your soul, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and comment, I'm ready for divine restoration below. Let your faith rise because heaven is not finished with your story yet. The best is still unfolding for you.